from the morning to the night, especially when I look into the mirror. Yeah, the joy of failing. I can just present the joy of failing.
It's joyful.
Huh?
At least you really failed already, it's not joyful, no?
When you what?
Maybe it's joyful when you really fail.
No, when you are the absolute failure, it's only joy.
Okay, but like coming to...
When you are the relative failure, you suffer about failing.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, but I'm not talking to the... I couldn't care less about this relative sufferer. I have this problem. I really give a shit if someone is suffering or not. I cannot fake some compassion or something. Because maybe you can say, I am compassion, but I don't have compassion. And compassion is blind to anything. Everything else is pity, and I don't pity myself. I'm not here to pity myself. So I'm not in self-pity, and as I'm not in pity, I cannot pity anyone. So compassion cannot be owned, and compassion cannot be shared. So I cannot have compassion with anyone, and whatever you can have is pity, coming out of self-pity. But as there is no pity here, I cannot pity anyone else.
I'm not longing for it.
No, but that's the question always. They always say, Karl has no heart. Yes, I agree, I have no heart. Because I don't know what is heart and what is not heart. You can say, I'm that what is heart, but heart has no heart. And that heart never shows itself in any special whatever, compassion or something. So having heart is having pity. My heart, that's a heart knot, which is always a pressure in your chest. This ownership. Having a heart, my intellect, my spirit, my soul, all this ownership. That is pain. You pay attention to something what is not what you are. Then you pay with pain. Little part pain. Maximum pain. There should be maximum pain for that original sin that you believe that you have life, that you have heart. Yes, you're already punished, and that's why you call it punishers. I punish my shots. So if you have a treasure, you will be punished that you have to take care about it, that you always mind it, and you always have to, and you fear to lose it, and all of that fear coming out of having something. That's a punishment, by having something, relatively. And you just deal with peanuts, come on. You are the absolute owner of existence by being existence, and now you believe you have a body, you have a spirit, you have a soul, all these peanuts counting. That's why all the seekers are like micey and stingy, because they always count their little peanuts, their little experiences, their little deep insights, or what the silence experiences of yesterday.
It's sad.
It is sad?
It's sad.
I said it, yes.
Yeah.
It is sad. So the moment you pronounce your name, you are sad, because you said it. When God pronounces God, God is fucked.
You're the sad guru.
I am the guru of sadness. I said it. And I'm absolutely happy that whatever I experience is sadness. There is no happiness in anything. Whatever I experience is ignorance, and I'm absolutely happy about it. I enjoy the ignorance as nothing. And absolutely happy that what I am can never be experienced, not even by myself, in any relative way. Never will, never was, and no one ever did it, no one ever will do it. What cannot be done, knowing oneself. Fantastic. So in that I'm enjoying the sadness.
I was always afraid of finding my Satguru, so there will be no choice anymore for me. I found a sad guru.
Especially, you say, if you could listen to himself, he would, my Satguru. They even they want to own the Sadguru is fantastic. My Sadguru, my Shiva Mukti, my whatever. Ownership is really like, it doesn't end. And they want, that's the disciples, they really want to own the Guru. They want to employ it. They want to be the boss of the Guru. And the Guru has to behave as they think a Guru has to behave. Absolutely. They have a standard Guru. They read something from some books on how a Guru has to behave, what he is doing, and how whatever. You have to feel in his presence and all of that, and they're always expecting what they read in somewhere, how it has to be.
So it's a great achievement, or to find Sadguru.
You can never achieve it, because you never find a Sadguru.
No,
Because when there's a Sadguru, you don't exist anymore.
It was ironic. I met a lot of people, they were thinking really they made a great achievement finding their Sadguru. They felt very
The final Guru.
Yes?
I know, because they make a Sadguru. The Sadguru doesn't know any Sadguru. So by not knowing any Sadguru, there's not even a Sadguru. Guru. Like I'm not a pigeon. Guru. Doof. I'm not doof.
But then it's quite exciting, no? It's like a mystery, and you live the day like this, no? In a mystery. You say that it's boring, but it doesn't look boring.
I didn't say it's boring.
I understood.
No?
I understood.
You understood?
Yes.
I said I'm experiencing boredom, but I'm not bored by it. That's a bit different.
Yes.
So for me, boredom is absolute entertaining. In that sense. Absolute boredom, absolute entertainment. That's called silence, baby. Silence, which is the absolute entertainment itself. It entertains itself. It never needs any outside event or some triggering or something to be entertaining itself. It's so totally self-sufficient. That is absolute entertaining itself. No outside event needed or anything what gives it any entertainment, because it's that what is absolute entertainment itself, which is silence. Nothing is more entertaining than that. Being what you are. Everything else is boredom, but not that. So, now I said it. Doesn't make any difference, thanks God not. Yeah, Germany?
What makes my heart
Pumping.
yeah, no, like pumping faster when I'm here, or sometimes in meditation? Is it fear, or is it just because I put awareness on it, or is it?
No, it's just like you say, that what is energy wakes up when it's not under your control. When you have less control, because that is meditation, you give up control for a while, and then the Kundalini wakes up, which is like Shakti, which is normally depressed by the controller, by the caretaker, who wants to employ the Shakti. And if the employer is gone for maybe 1-2 hours and it's just relaxing into the meditation, the Shakti wakes up in the body, and then this energy phenomena start. From the spine or from everywhere, the chakras turn more and something like this. We make chakra meditation or something and all of that. I have many who come, they just came from some years of chakra meditation, opening chakras, and then they complain, I cannot sleep anymore. I have this nightmares, I have this, and then what can I do now? I say, oh, but you made it. Come on, what you are expecting by turning on that snake? Now it bites you. Everyone then has the side effect of it, and then it comes to me and says, oh, but that side effect I didn't expect. I thought I would be quiet and silent, I would be happy and just in peace. No, now I am so much nightmares and so much dreams and so much attacks from all sides, and my family hates me and this one. And
So is it your energy when I
it's
come
not
here?
my energy.
Yes.
It's what you are, like unpredictable, The unpredictable bitch in you.
This one I like.
Yes, it's called Kali. Kali is the absolute unpredictable bitch. When Kali wakes up, and when she goes shopping, she doesn't leave you. She's not leaving you alone anymore. And then the Shakti takes over. For what? But you ask for it. You go. You're absolute because you concentrate on that. It wakes up. It's like giving attention to that. What is that? It just wakes up. And then you have side effects, which are not so pleasant for many.
Well, the heart is okay. The heart pound is okay.
Just the beginning. Let's see what's next year comes.
Oh my goodness.
Is it the same with everyone or similar?
There are some similarities, but always different depending on how many blocks you have cared in your whatever. It's like how many dams have to break. And, it's like a dam breaking, and then it's overfloating by parts of you never realize that you have some. Suddenly you have some experiences. How can that happen? Did you see the last movie Lucy?
Yeah.
That is like when dam breaking. And all that energy wakes up, this knowledge in you. Normally there's a 10% maximum you use from that, for your consciousness thing. And when it wakes up, it's like more and more percent. Every promille, more promille, until it's maybe, that's the final is being 100% means you are that what is, which is always 100%. They say, and it's like an enlightened one who has no dams anymore, it's just a free energy without any dams.
But is it enlightenment or is it true nature?
That's enlightenment. We don't talk about what you are, we're talking about consciousness right now. These are all phenomena in consciousness.
But when I don't want phenomena like consciousness, but
they will happen anyway. Consciousness will not stop. Still, what you are is unaffected. There is no bridge between that. The absolute dreamer you are was never part of the dream, and the consciousness you dream about, is only your realization as consciousness, will always have these effects on each other. It's like relative consciousness now maybe is shifting to more not relative. And then the final you will be cosmic consciousness, like they call it, and then you are the Maha consciousness, Bhagavan.
But it's all false.
In German, Bhagavan is really something. You cannot stop digging. The Bhagavan. Der Bagger zu spät im Baggerloch, das ist der Walter der Bagger noch. Der waltet seines Amtes. No, we're talking about now effects, cause and effect, and or not. We're talking about body experience, a phenomenon, and what kind of, when consciousness now maybe shifting through different levels of consciousness. And all of that we can talk about, but it's all dreamlike. So what you are, no consequence, and it will not become more or less by whatever these experiences of consciousness mean. But when we talk about effects, cause and effect of consciousness, it's a different realm. This is a hunting ground for Shiva. This is the divine hunting ground. And he always hunts himself, but he cannot shoot himself. So, but whatever he shoots, he has to say it's not what he wanted. And finally, when he becomes a total hunter, the absolute intellect, like a cosmic consciousness, resting in itself, that means like it is energy. But there is no one who can be that. That would be 100% being what you are, or consciousness, what is consciousness, by not knowing consciousness, what it is and what is not. But still what you are is unaffected. It's not more by that. That's only advantage can have consciousness, like an idea of advantage being cosmic consciousness or relative consciousness. The personal, impersonal only applies in the dream of consciousness, but not for reality. So yes, there is things happening, and you may experience side effects of whatever your insights and understandings and meditation. Everything has like a consequence in this dream, because there's like an action, there will be a reaction to it. That's called the cosmic law, karmic law of consciousness. Whatever consciousness is experiencing, creating a reaction to that. Or is doing, there's a reaction to it. So, that you can experience, but by all that consequences, experiences, whatever, it has no consequence for what you are. And that is the main thing. The rest will be an infinite movie of consequences, or reactions, or actions, whatever you call it. But all the action-reaction game is only in the dream, because only in the dream there is action and reaction.
With being what you really are, you can just be without all these side effects.
No, you are in spite of it, but still you have to experience yourself in all of that, as you cannot stop it. Because you are not in the dream, you have no influence in the dream. So your own mighty nature has no power in the dream. If you would be in the dream by all mighty nature, you could stop the dream instantly. But as you are not in the dream, you have no power in the dream. And what is in the dream has no power because it's just a dream object. So that what has power cannot, and that what has no power, neither. That is neti-neti. Neither you can stop the dream or whatever. This powerlessness, helplessness is what you are. So that helplessness is the absolute Parabrahman dreaming himself as whatever, and he himself cannot stop his own dream because he is not part of the dream. He cannot even stop dreaming. So what to do? Yeah.
So that experience can arise from each part of consciousness? It can arise in cosmic consciousness,
no,
relative consciousness?
Every moment you have a dead experience. Every moment. This moment dies and the next moment appears. So every moment there is a dead experience, something gets totally destructive and something else is born. You don't have to wait for anything. That's called the cemetery, birth and death. This moment, before this next moment comes, is already dead because it will be gone. So whatever you can experience is a dead experience. You can only experience death. Life cannot experience life. So now believing that you are born, you're in a permanent death experience. So you killed yourself for some relative bullshit. You committed suicide believing in that you are born and you have a body. It's amazing, no? Now you suffer about being relative. So what is there to do?
Can you repeat it again?
No, I can never repeat myself. It will be totally different. You have to listen to the tape. You have to remember when I said it.
Oh, sounds like my English teacher. Unfortunately, there wasn't ever a tape in the English class.
No? The people who listen tomorrow to that, they can just go back to that. But here you have to be very alert.
You're a Saxon authority. I'm impressed.
Impressed? I'm the absolute authority, by having no authority. That's why I'm not looking for cities or for some special powers or supernatural, because by being what you are, you control everything anyway. By controlling the whole dream anyway, by being the absolute dreamer, what is this little peanuts controls in this life? Controlling maybe the sunset, or controlling if the moon turns the other way. What the fuck would it mean? Having some supernatural powers here. Being an avatar, it's a piece of shit compared to what you are. It's amazing, huh? Even Avatar is a piece of shit, controlling the whole universe. So it's the laughter. By being what you are, you have control of the whole existence. Infinite universes. Not like a little avatar who controls this universe, or control your wife. Some even believe that they are really masters when they control their life. Yeah, their wife. Both is impossible. So what to do?
You can have a bloody good try, it's a good game.
Yeah, you try. How long did you try?
Oh, not long. Not long enough.
Never give up, baby.
No, I'm indefatigable, mate.
Yeah.
Unstoppable force.
Unstoppable fool.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm a fool for myself.
Yeah.
I'm being fooled by
It's
myself.
very formal. Very creamy.
Fully. No?
Like this, you said the death experience is happening every moment. Between moments.
Any experience is a dead experience. Any. The Buddhists call it empty, but I call it dead. It's the same.
Doesn't matter in which consciousness.
If every experience is a dead experience, then
Doesn't matter.
just what? All the 7, whatever, dead experiences. All samadhis are dead experiences. Even the samadhis, imagine. Even the special, whatever absence one calls samadhi or something. Even that impersonal samadhis of masters, all dream. All the saints of all time, all dream saints. All whatever you can imagine. Dead. Yama. That was the only reason I was buying a Yamaha. Crux. The crux of existence.
If you put it backwards, Yama, it's am I.
Ama?
Am I. Yeah. A-M-A-Y.
Why not? Okay.
Is life the absolute experiencer?
Who?
Life. Is life synonymous with consciousness, without a
No.
kind of personal life?
No. Consciousness is the realization of reality.
And the life force?
But reality doesn't need to be conscious to be reality, but consciousness needs to be conscious, to be consciousness. But life doesn't need consciousness to be life.
So life is prior to
You
consciousness.
can say life is para-Brahman and the experience of para-Brahman is Brahman. But Brahman is not para-Brahman. So the para-Brahman is not Brahman. Brahman is not different from the para-Brahman, but the para-Brahman is not Brahman. So,
Son and father.
yeah, it's like the father and the heart and the father, me and the father is one, but I'm not the father. The same. Me and awareness is not different, but I'm not awareness. You can start. Me and consciousness is not different, but I'm not consciousness. Me and ignorance is not different, but I'm not ignorance. So this, whatever, you're not.
Just, it means that we are a part of it, or... Okay.
No, it means like that the absolute dreamer can never be experienced in his dream. And whatever the absolute dreamer is experiencing is the relative dreamer, which is not the absolute dreamer. So in that sense, all the experiences are empty, because you cannot experience what you are. And that in no sense, what you are, which is in no sense, cannot be sensed by anyone. And the first you sense is a sensor, and that is already a censorship. So you censorship yourself by being that what can never be sensed. That's being the absolute discrimination, because what you are can never be discriminated between anything. It can never be the opposite of something else.
So I can't do anything, and even this
You
one...
can do whatever, it makes no difference. That's why do whatever, or don't do whatever. It makes no difference. So even in that relative sense, then there's a kind of freedom, because whatever you do or don't do, it absolutely makes no difference for what you are. Because it has no consequence. in not the slightest sense. The absolute sensor can never be influenced by the relatives, what the relative sensor is sensing or not.
Facing this fear of death, or I don't know how to call it, like being in...
That can only be a phantom experience. It's the same death. Something what is dead is fearing death, so it's already too late. A dead phantom fearing to die. And I always I always call these phantoms walking tombstones who are afraid to be on a cemetery. Cemetery of life. Walking tombstones. Everyone has to be engraving, rest in peace already, like a tattoo on the front forehead. In a mirror language. Every morning you should look in the mirror and then say rest in peace. His name was Karl, and he was born, and then there's little space left for the expiring date. So what to do? Enjoy the funeral, because you only can experience funerals. Because every baby who was born, it's a funeral experience. Go baby, baby, bala bala. No, I'm not repeating what this guy was always pointing. People should be very sad when the baby is born, and happy when it's dying, and not the opposite. So what to do? But tell it to a mother. And she wants to kill you. But that makes the Black Madonna the Black Madonna, no? The realized Mary. Because she realized she never had any son, she was never a child of any woman. Seeing her son on the cross, she see it's all crucifixion, it's all fiction. What I am, I had never any son who could be crucified, and I was never any child's mother. And I was never a child who had a mother.
I was never a mother of any child.
I was never any child's mother. That sounds good.
Ah, yes.
I was never anyone's child's mother.
Shit.
Because she went into a darkness, into an absence of presence, which is the nature of one who is reality. That's why she is in Spanish countries very much more, even more than Jesus. No? If a mother is realizing that she was never any child by seeing her son being crucified and killed, that is like, wow, that really breaks your heart. It's imaginary heart that you own somebody, that something came out of you, breaks in that instant. And then by that broken heart, so the imaginary heart was broken, and that what his heart remained what it is, which never can be broken by anything. Because only an imaginary heart can be broken. I like the story, but what to do with it? I'm telling it.
What do they mean by kill your mother?
Kill your mother before you're born. But I would say the 11th commandment, kill your father before he met your mother. If you can. I would say try the impossible and see it cannot be done. You have to be inspired of now. Mother or not, or baby or not baby. You better be inspired of, because you cannot kill something that was never there. If you could kill it, you would confirm that there is something to kill. That's the whole thing. If it really would be possible to kill your mother, then you confirm that there was a mother. So, you better be inspired of all that. If there is or is not. You better be undecided if there is one or not. Does it make a difference?